Hi, travelers. I hope everyone is doing well. This is a follow up reading to the reading that I did on January 23rd. I think it was entitled Alexei Navalny and the Russian People. And I'm going to tell you something. I got that half right and half wrong. Um, and I think more so wrong than I got it right. And this is because what I did not see was that I do feel that this situation, the cards were speaking about the coup in Myanmar. I have with me the cards that I pulled that day, and I don't know if you remember me saying I was very puzzled by why the Queen of Coins showed up. She is known as the astronomer, okay? And I said to you that um, what stuck out to me was the Cancer symbol. I don't know if you can see that. The Cancer symbol here on the 10th house. Can you see that right there? Where is it? Right there. I think that's the Cancer symbol. Yes, it is. Turns out that, what is her name? I want to say Sun Ki. I can't remember her name. And that just, hold on, let me look it up so that I can get it right. I think it's Sun Suu Kyi. Um, Let me see here. I'm going to just look it up right quick because I don't know her name. I think it is Sun Suu Kyi, and she happens to be a Cancer sun. And so I think the cards were telling me that that was actually about the coup coming up in Myanmar. Here are the cards. So I'm going to turn the camera around for you here. And the cards were the astronomer, the Six of Wands, the victory card. We do see the soldiers marching in. And remember that palace or that castle that I was talking about? And I want to thank you guys who sent me some articles about the information that Alexei Navalny put forth on the castle that Putin has. But there is the image of the castle. And remember, I kept saying that I didn't answer those questions back because that image and that story coming from Alexei Navalny just did not feel right for me. And so that's why I didn't answer. And that's why my camera shut off. That's why I didn't answer those questions about that particular article and that story on the building that Alexei Navalny was speaking of. And I do feel most definitely that this was speaking to me about the coup in Myanmar. And I completely missed it. But I do most definitely remember being puzzled by this astronomer, this female figure who came out. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I said it might be Navalny's wife. But indeed, this was speaking to the coup in Myanmar. And so I wanted to come back to address that issue. So I will say that I was 50-50. I was right about the idea of people surrounding a palace. I said it was the Kremlin because that is what happened, that the military would be in the streets. The fact that they showed up as a Six of Wands, which means a victory, which means that they were able to pull this coup off, and it was done by the military in Myanmar, tells me that this is indeed the situation that the cards were speaking about. However, as I always like to tell you, two things can be true at the same time. And so I'm still going to stand by this idea that this also has to do with what is happening in Russia right now. But I completely just missed that mark. And I remember there was a video that I did. I don't remember what video it was, and I went back to try to find it, and I can't seem to locate it. I'm sure some of you out there will know. So if you don't mind, would you come underneath this video and tell me which video it was, the link, the name of it, the date, something like that, where I was talking about how dictators and dictatorships die hard. And I mentioned Myanmar. That just kind of came out of my mouth. And I was talking about the rise of dictators and how we were seeing all of these little 10 dictators showing up in some of the most unlikely places. And so I just feel that I missed the mark in terms of the country, yeah, and the person that it was speaking about. So, as I say, this is not an exact science, and I always like to own up to when I got something incorrect. The story that I was telling was not incorrect. I just got the country incorrect and the particular leader incorrect. But yet, I still feel that this holds true for something to do with Russia. And so I just wanted to come back and address that issue for you, and let you know that sometimes, even I get it wrong. That, I don't know why, I just didn't pick up on that. That was the farthest thing from my mind. It really was. And it could be because I was concentrating so heavily on the Russian people that, because they told me. The card told me. They told me. And I just missed it. And so this is keeping myself honest and letting you guys know, that even, card readers can get it wrong sometimes. I know that there's some card readers out there who, guarantee their readings. I don't guarantee it because it is 50-50. So that's what I have for you. I told someone named Miriam that I was going to tell you this is the story that I was talking about. And my books came in for Nostradamus. I have 2 books that I've been reading. And when I say he's doing the most, he's doing the most. It's kind of giving me more information and more insight, but I just don't know how to put it all together just yet. So perhaps the next time I do one of these readings, it will all make sense, the information that I've been getting. And so what I can tell you is that something that I noticed about Nostradamus, particularly in his epistle to, I think it's George the Second, or it might be Edward. I don't know where my book is off the top of my head right now, because I literally have been sleeping with the book under my pillow. Okay, every night I sleep with the book. And he speaks about himself, that he's, a humble servant of God, and that, he's just a humble person, and that he attributes all of his powers to God and the divine and whatnot. And on the one hand, that could be true for him. On the other hand, we have to look at the fact that what he was doing and the manner in which he was doing it was not accepted by the church. So you have to cloak things in a different way so they don't burn you alive, right? But what I found to be most interesting was I don't really think that he was as humble as he purported himself to be. And the reason why, let me go find my book. Just bear with me 1 second. It's probably under my pillow. Hold on 1 second. The reason why I say this is because the first quatrain in this book, and it is the complete prophecies of Nostradamus, the very first quatrain that he speaks, he writes this letter to his son, Cesare, and explaining to him, what he was doing, why he did it, and the whole purpose behind it. And again, he speaks about the idea of God being, him being very humble. And then we go through the epistle to Henry II, and he mentions this several times. But then the very first quatrain that he mentions, sitting alone at night in secret study, it is placed on the brass tripod. A slight flame comes out of the emptiness and makes successful that which should not be believed in vain. The second quatrain says, the wand in the hand is placed in the middle of the tripod's legs. With water he sprinkles both the hem of his garment and his foot. A voice, fear. He trembles in his robes. Divine splendor, the God sits nearby. This is a referral to how he was able to see through time and space, okay? He is actually telling us how he does it, right? But the most interesting thing about it is that the books that he purportedly received from his grandfather were these ancient texts. I think it was 5 books, and he burned them so that nobody else could know how to do this. And on the one hand, he says he doesn't think that this kind of ability should be just left out for anybody to use. And on the one hand, that is true. But on the other hand, I kind of think that he did it also so that no one would be his equal in terms of what he did. So I kind of doubt that he was as humble as he purported himself to be. I found that to be quite an interesting kind of a personality thing that I was able to pick up from him. I feel that he laughs at those of us who are struggling to try to understand what it is that he's saying, how he, particularly we laugh at how we figured out how we try to discover the secret of his divining methodology. He's not telling us that he's using a bowl of water, or he's using a stone, or he's using a mirror, or he just tells us that he puts it up on the brass tripod, wand in hand, sprinkles a foot with water, and boom, he's in. And so I was just like, oh, that butthead. So that's what I was talking about when I was saying, that he's doing the most. He's revealing himself to me in a very sly manner. Now, does that mean I'm going to be able to interpret what his quatrains mean? I may not. I'm going to do my best. I have been doing a lot of meditation, and there's a meditation of when you get a chance to meet a spirit guide, you try to meet someone that you would be very, very interested in knowing or meeting. And Nostradamus is somebody that I would be very, very interested in meeting, because I think he himself, the man, holds more riddles than his actual quatrains. And so I will be doing some more readings here. I'm going to be taking a break. I want you guys, if you have not already, get over to the Meetup app and look for Tarot and Astrology in America. Jessica Adams will be doing on April 9th. We'll be doing the Aries weather. So please try to sign up. It goes, usually when she does things, it books up really, really fast. But Natalie, I want to say Delahaye, could be that, is going to be there, along with Stephanie Johnson of Sing with Stars. And of course, Jessica. And then I will be there answering questions, doing a 1-card pull. If you don't get a chance to do this, follow us on Twitter. You can find my Twitter handle in the About Box section. Jessica Adams is at Jessica Adams BA on Twitter. So go ahead, if you're on Twitter, follow us, sign up, get over to the Meetup app. These are really great presentations that she gives. And so, if you want to get in on something really interesting and fascinating, please do so. And so with that being said, I'm going to, last thing, I'm still working on the website, y'all. And for those of you who have already paid for your memberships, once I bring it back online, I'll go in the back and adjust the time for you. Okay, you haven't lost any time because it's on pause. But at the same time, I will add on these 2 or 3 weeks for your membership and move it out a little further when it goes back online. And right now I'm struggling with something that's happening with my sidebar, and I can't figure out how to get it to display properly. So I'm going to be talking to my website builder tutor and see if they can assist me in getting this up, because it's almost done. And so with that being said, expect a newsletter from me here in the next few days. I will repeat some of this information, the schedule for all the way through December, any of the events that we're having with Jessica Adams, and give you more information on the website. If on the off chance, I know several of you have contacted me about readings. I am still doing readings even though the website is not up. If you need a reading or you want a reading, go to the About Box section and find my email address, and you can email me and I'll send you the quick link to pay, okay? So with that being said, I can't believe we're already in the middle of February of 2021. This is so crazy. And I want you guys to stay safe. We've got a few more weeks of winter. So stay safe, social distance, wear your mask, wash your hands, get your vaccines if you can get them, because I ain't been able to get one. But if you can, go ahead and get your vaccine. And then I will see you on the other side of this. So until next time, you guys take care and namaste.